Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to In Our Community. Today, we're going to be talking with the co-founder of a very wonderful nonprofit called DNA Rising. And the co-founder's name is Danielle Acosta. She's one of three ladies that started this group to help single women and veterans. So, Danielle, tell us a little bit, first of all, about you yourself. First, let's do that first, and then we'll get into DNA Rising.
So, I am born and raised in East Cleveland, in the urbanist area
Okay.
over here, and just really did my best and came out and got a full ride to the Ohio State University and
Congratulations.
attained my bachelor's degree and was able to come back home and obtain my master's at John Carroll University here in University Heights, Ohio. And I was a special education teacher for many years. That's
Okay.
my background,
Okay.
education, and
Okay.
um, and autism behavior specialist, and a multi-handicapped in the Cleveland School District, and then I decided to pursue my passion, which is real estate. But
Okay.
I had
So you're what, a real estate agent, or what are you?
so I am a real estate agent. I am a rehabber. I am a property manager. I am a designer. So I do
Okay.
a lot with real estate, and so
Okay.
I decided to, just really put my talents to use in service. I'm a very service oriented person, and my mom used to say that service is the rent that you pay in this world to live here.
Oh,
So.
all right. So tell us a little bit about DNA Rising. How did you and the other ladies decide to form it in the first place?
So we found it in the middle of the pandemic. So it was actually October of 2020,
Huh.
and because I'm a certified Eden and Section 8 landlord, I'm on a list. And so what happens is when people find themselves without a place to live or in desperate need of a place to live, the voucher programs will give them this list. And so I was getting probably 6 to 10 calls a week from single moms and from even a few veterans that had HUD-VASH vouchers who were saying, I'm homeless, I'm stuck in a shelter, or I'm stuck in a group home or temp housing. I have nowhere to go. Do you have any openings? Because they have to just manually go down this list and call the
Right.
landlords
Right.
that are certified. And so I didn't have any openings at the time. We only had I believe 3 rentals, and we just, our tenants were long term. But I would just get call after week after week after week after week. My phone was just ringing, ringing, ringing. Please, do you have any place to live? There's no place to live. During that time, there was a moratorium on evictions. And so no
Okay.
one was
Okay.
moving. No one
Okay.
was
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
And so that's when I realized that the inventory was so incredibly low, obviously, and people just had nowhere to go, which I thought
Yeah.
was ridiculous because here in Cuyahoga County, we have over 80,000 vacant buildings, units, apartments, homes abandoned
Okay.
and just sitting.
Back up the truck. Back up the truck. How can it possibly be? And I have to admit, I already knew this fact, but my audience didn't know. How in God's name can it be that there's 80,000 vacant places and then a whole bunch of people who have no place to live? How does that fit together?
Well, we have a bit of a breakdown in our system. So,
Okay.
and I would dare say that it's probably a nationwide problem. Maybe it's not just a
I
local
think it really
problem
is.
for
Yeah,
us.
we have it out here. Yeah. But
Yeah.
what
So
what is breaking? What's going on there? What's the dynamics
so
of that?
so there's a gridlock. So it's not so easy to just get an abandoned property and just fix it and then just rent it out. a lot of the abandoned properties are, you know, in some type of limbo. You know, maybe they're in foreclosure, maybe they're owned by somebody that doesn't live here, maybe they're owned by an entity, maybe they're owned by somebody that, you know, so it's there are a lot of the properties are just not technically available, so to speak.
Okay.
Um, and so, and then some of the properties, the city just, you know, has, you know, maybe they're condemning or they're putting on demolition list, and you know, maybe they are salvageable but they're on the demo list, and so you can't really just take those.
Right.
And so that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is that you just have absentee owners who just don't care, and so they just are holding on to the properties and
Yep.
don't want to sell them or fix them or anything like that. And
Right.
so there's a lot of breakdown. And so here in Cuyahoga County, we have tons of amazing programming. We have, you know, job programs and education programs and, you know, programs and classes and workshops. And the people finish all of these things. And then guess what?
They don't have a place
There's
to
no
live.
place for them to live, because if you have any
Wow.
type of recovery or addiction, you know, any type of addiction or reentry or financial issues, or if you have an eviction on your record,
Right. Right.
no
Right.
private landlord is going to rent to you. And even if you have a voucher, you will still be in home, you know, in a homeless situation
So
right now.
what are you guys gonna do about that? What are you doing about that at your DNA Rising?
So what we do is we obtain abandoned, vacant, you know, homes from either our goal is for the future. We really are prayerful that once the word gets out about what we're doing, which it is slowly getting out, that we will have private donors who will say, you know what, grandma passed away, nobody wants the house. DNA Rising, can you take it and fix it so that, you know, people can transition into it? That's our
Okay.
ultimate goal. But also, right now, we work with Cuyahoga Land Bank Charities, and they donate us houses that are abandoned, or, you know, they might be condemned, they might be on the
Right.
demo,
Right. They need
and
some
we have
work.
to fix them. Yeah, and we fix them up. We also have some city council members who are open to donating us their forfeitures or foreclosed homes in their
Okay.
districts.
All right. So can you estimate how many houses you have right now? And I should emphasize, this is for temporary bridge housing, right?
This is for bridge housing. Yes, and bridge housing means, so it's not a shelter, it's not temp housing, it's not emergency housing. We call it bridge housing because our program is a minimum of 12 months and a maximum of 36 months to allow our participants to get back on their feet. And so whatever that means for them. So for them, that might mean, you know, finishing their associate's degree. It might mean getting their GED. It might mean just finding a job and saving up. Whatever that means, they have up to 3 years. So this is not just a temp, get in and get out type
Okay.
home.
Good, good. How many of those houses do you have?
So right now we have two. Our goal is to right now our goal is one house per quarter. But again, we're new. We're just 3 years old, and
Okay.
so it's been a process to
Okay.
to gain trust and to be able to even obtain the homes. So
Okay.
right now we have two, and we have a third that is going to be coming hopefully by the end of the year that we'll be working on.
Okay. Now, the people that get to live in these places are living in one room in a house, right? So each house has several people.
No, so it we could do it that way if we had it, you know, structured in that way, in terms of if there were, you know, single veterans, or if there were maybe two sets of single moms with children. There could be multiple families in a home, but right now we're focusing on single families. You know, single moms with children are our first two. And so it's become a situation where Lutheran Metropolitan Ministries is one of our partners. They are actually housing, they have a homeless family shelter downtown Cleveland. They're actually housing the overflow families when they run out of space in hotels. So I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to be working with them more to help
Okay.
transition those families out of hotels.
Okay. So, and then when somebody's doing this, are they paying a level of rent that works for you guys, that's commensurate with what you need, or not really?
So they are paying market value rent because they are voucher holders. So
Okay.
they have either an Eden emergency voucher, or they have a Section 8 voucher, or they might have a HUD VASH veterans voucher.
So the
So
federal
they are
government or the state government is paying their rent for them for this situation.
correct based on whatever their income is. If they are working and they have an income, they may pay a percentage of it.
Percent. Okay.
Yes, but we take 100, our participants pay at least the minimum that they will pay is $100. So
Okay.
they pay $100, and that $100 per month is set aside in a savings account for them, so that when they exit the
Oh,
program,
nice.
they
Okay.
are they receive it back in the form of either down payment assistance to help them purchase their own home through our partner,
Okay.
Habitat for Humanity,
Right.
or they will receive it as to their directly to their landlord if they want to rent.
Okay. Well, it's very nice that you have so many partners. You've mentioned a bunch of different partners in this conversation, and that's very beautiful. And what do you three ladies do day to day to make this one one house per quarter goal manifest itself?
Well, we go pretty crazy. Since my two co-founders are VPs at Fifth Third Bank and Key Bank, they are extremely busy.
Okay.
And since I am a business owner and a mother of two teenagers and a wife
Right.
and a nonprofit
Uh,
president,
yeah.
um, we go a little crazy each day,
Okay. Okay.
but we do our absolute best. And again, we have a lot of partnerships. We do have, a GC that helps us. We do have
What is a
all kinds
GC?
of amazing contractors who come through for us
Oh,
every
general
day.
contractor. Okay. Okay. Very good. And they donate or reduce their price to you.
They do. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So, well, how can the viewer seeing this, how can they help you? What can they do to help you?
So I think the main focus that we want to have, and I think it's going to be our focus in 2025, is to get the word out to private owners, to owners that have vacant, unwanted, but livable, um, salvageable homes that are just sitting empty. We donate those homes to DNA Rising. We can put them to excellent use. Excellent use. Our participants have wraparound care. They have case management from Family Promise. They have social workers, therapists. They have job, trainers. They have, we're trying to help them get to the point where they could purchase a home themselves later. So, donate livable vacant homes to DNA Rising, and we will serve our community with them.
Okay. And you operate in Cuyahoga County only, or what?
So right now we're just in Cuyahoga County, because that is where our support is. That's where our partners operate. We would not be opposed to operating, going into Lake County or Geauga County if
Okay.
someone donated a home there.
Had a home there. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to figure out what else someone from another part of the world or the country can do, that they could maybe invest in a home, would a place like this, like if there's a salvageable place available, and I don't know what I'm talking about, okay, I'm not a realtor, I'm just a contract assassin, so we have a different kind of work. It's very pointed work though. uh if someone's an investor, would it make any sense to invest in one of these salvageable places for y'all to fix it up or not?
If someone wanted to buy a house and donate it to us, sure, that would be great. We would have to, we would have to have ownership. So, I mean, if they wanted to buy something and donate it to us, great. Obviously, funds are always necessary. Materials have doubled and tripled since the pandemic.
Yeah,
Contract labor costs have almost doubled. So
right.
obviously, our website has a donation button. so so
Really?
that's always
Imagine that.
that's
Now,
always needed.
all right, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Could someone buy a house in the Cuyahoga County and Lake County area and let you guys use it for a few years and still be the underlying owner and then sell it for a profit 3 or 4 years down the road?
I suppose so. I mean, I suppose that the nonprofit could sublease it. I suppose.
Yeah, because I want to see people. I mean, like I said in the earlier video that we did, is I know people in Dubai, and without being slanderous, these people have got more money than they know what to do with. Most, not my friends. My friend he teaches helicopters to the United Arab Emirates soldiers, but other people in the area have more money than they know what to do with. And I would like
Yeah.
to see some of them say, look, we're not willing to buy it and donate it to you because we're too cheap. We want we want to get something back, but we'll buy it and we'll let you guys sublease it for maybe 4 years or 3 years, whatever your program goes. And then
Mhm.
we want it back and we're going to sell it for a profit. Let's think about promoting that idea in addition to the other ways of doing it. How about
Oh
that?
yeah.
Okay, now I'm curious to know the part of this that we still have sometimes, surprisingly. You've got to interact, you and your co-founders, with
Hmm.
all of these agencies and other nonprofits. Who's the politician in the group that gets to go to council meetings and interact with the Habitat for Humanity and all these the churches? Who's the homie that does that?
So we like to be together. You most times when there are important meetings like that, you will see all three of us.
Okay.
Um,
That's a
yes,
dedication
one
of time that I wouldn't have expected.
yeah, I mean when we had the meeting to begin our partnership with Cleveland Habitat for Humanity, you best believe all three of us were there.
Okay.
Um, when we had our meeting to begin the relationship with Humble Design, who is the nonprofit that furnishes our homes, you best
Okay.
believe we were all there. so
Okay.
so we, a lot of times my co-founder Latoya Smith and I will
Okay.
be together, but that's only because we live in this area.
Right.
And then our third co-founder lives in New Albany, Ohio, but
Huh.
she works between Ohio and Florida. So
Okay. Goes
she
back and forth.
yeah, so she Tracy Cleveland Thomas, she might be with us, less, but you best believe when we had the interview on NBC with We the People, we were
Oh,
all
yeah.
three there.
And I still have yet to see that. You're gonna have to send me that link again.
Yeah, yeah, I'll
I
send it
I
again.
think I've misplaced it, but yeah, that's pretty cool that you guys
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, so we like to be together. We try to be together as much as we possibly can. We
Okay.
just received word that we won a Community Impact Award from
Okay.
the National Association of University Women, the
Oh,
Cleveland
good.
chapter.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're hosting their convention this summer, and so on July 27th, we'll go and receive the Community Impact Award. So that's exciting. That's
Oh,
our first
is that a
award.
national award or what?
I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's just if it was only Cleveland nonprofits or if it was a national symbol, but we were nominated by one of the
Yeah.
members, and
Okay.
so I don't know if it's just
Very
Cleveland
beautiful.
area
No,
or if it's
that's
national.
very cool. Very
Yeah, but
nice.
that's our first award as a
All
nonprofit,
right.
so we're very
Okay.
excited.
Now I'm gonna kick us up to the next level. What would you have to say to a person out here in the audience who is a successful person with a reasonable amount of money who's saying, I want to give back. I want to start my own nonprofit, or I want to start my own nonprofit housing group, or they want to do that, but they don't know how and where to start. What would you tell them?
So for us, it was for me, it was kind of a natural progression because of again all of the desperate calls I was getting, and so it kind
Right.
of pushed me to try to figure out like how what we could
How to
do.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm already a rehabber, and so it just kind of made sense. But I did go to a 6-month class with an organization that does training for for-profit and nonprofit businesses. So they do business classes, they do nonprofit classes, they teach classes how to open a group home, they teach, so they
Now,
they do
where
all
is
kinds
that
of
tell me the name of the group, and are they
it's
national or are they just local to you?
they're local. I'm not sure if they do any virtual classes nationally online yet. I'm not sure, but it's called Building Business Leaders of Tomorrow Today, and it's called
Okay.
Blocked. So it's yeah,
Okay.
so it's BBLOTT. And so I went to their classes, and they were in person, so they were here locally in Euclid, Ohio, and I
Okay.
went to their classes. So it was a 6-month program. And so I was able to learn how to start a nonprofit and like what you had to do. And so I highly
Okay.
suggest that you find a mentor
Like
organization
that in
to
your
teach
own
you how to
area.
do it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, what I hear you saying you it was already kind of in your wheelhouse anyway because you're in investment and real estate, but a lot of people are in investment and real estate and rehabbing, and they don't make this choice. So,
Yeah.
what in your gut? I mean, you've got two kids. You've got what I hear is a very handsome husband, and
He is smoking hot, really. He really
and
is.
all this stuff going on, plus your
Yeah.
real estate business, plus your this, plus what what inside your gut said, I've got to make time for this. I've got to push things out of the way enough to create this organization with my friends.
You know, I think I've been a disciple of Jesus for 27 years now, since I was a junior in college. And I think I just have always had inside. My mom had a heart for service. God rest her soul. She passed many years ago, but she had a heart for service. And so I grew up watching her serve and sacrifice and volunteer time when she just really kind of technically didn't have it, right? But and so I think that's just kind of a part of my background, but also um when I think about children and single moms. So my co-founder Tracy, she is a single mom. She raised her son by herself. He's now going into his senior year in Akron University, and my other co-founder was raised by a homeless mom and was and experienced homelessness with her mother. And we all three have brothers, cousins, my father, who are veterans and who had challenges when they came back, right? So
Yep.
we all just had that in us that said, we're seeing that this is a problem.
It
We're
sounds
seeing that there's a
visceral. It
gap.
sounds visceral to you.
And
Yeah.
it to
Yeah.
me, it's just ridiculous that we have so many vacant properties.
Yeah.
And it just there's just this big gap. There's all
Yeah.
these vacant
Yeah.
properties, and then people have no
Yeah.
place to live. And so
Yeah.
it just feels silly. And so we are willing to make that sacrifice.
All right.
And
So, okay.
yeah.
All right. We've been out of time. So I have a couple things I need to say. One of them is send me in an email the name of your nonprofit and how you want people to contact you, whatever phone number or email you want them to have. And ladies and gentlemen, I really, to me, Danielle is a very exceptional human being. And as a friend, I love her dearly. And we appreciate you guys watching, and we appreciate you considering what we've said. If you're in a position to help DNA Rising, her contact information is on the screen there. Please call her. And this has been in our community. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.